is there a other profit center in your business that can support the marketing? Because yes, visibility is good, but followers,
Yeah.
that's a vanity metric online. I've
Yeah.
had plenty of clients who their revenue shocks me and their followers are so few on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, the places we tend to look for followers.
Hey, Anna, do you think people are listening?
Yeah, why wouldn't they be? We make business so fun.
Don't we? In that case, let's introduce ourselves.
Hey, it's Anna and Selena and the 15-ish minute coffee chat podcast. Talking business doesn't have to be boring, so dive into our coffee chat conversations and learn something new for your small business.
All right, go.
This is what we do. This is what we do.
Hi, and welcome to season 13 of the 15-ish minute coffee chat, a conversation providing tips for every entrepreneur and business owner.
Do you run Facebook ads? Kwadwo Sampany-Kessie is a Facebook ads manager and online business strategist that is ready to share all you need to know about Facebook ads. Kwadwo offers so much great insight about running, testing, and optimizing your Facebook ads experience. This show is going to be a 2-part series, guys, and we're excited about it because there was questions we were like, no, we have to ask Kwadwo. We have to ask him this, right? Hey, Anna, welcome.
Hi, and welcome, Selena. I know we're at season 13, which is awesome and amazing. And as usual, we have an amazing lineup of guests this season. Kwadwo, we are particularly excited about. He is not your typical ads manager, I would say. I think he's just got this great personality infused with fun that makes doing ads fun. Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Fun?
I think we said to him in backstage, we were like, are you bringing sexy back to Facebook ads manager? And we were like, he's trying. I'm like, I think he's done it.
I agree with you. By the end of the show, you're going to be like, I want to run a Facebook ad now. I want to do this. Yes.
I know. I would love to have somebody like Kwadwo guiding me. So I think this is super awesome that we have him on. I stalked him from February when I learned about him in a pre-launch summit that we both were a part of. And I just was like, I love this guy. And I love honestly, one of my favorite things about him, which is funny. It's not like Facebook ads, but it's his quality of video content that I'm obsessed with. So I don't even know if that's a secondary business he's going to do, but I just love it. And we met each other in Instagram and we just connected and continued our relationship in the DM. So you guys, it can work. If you do it right, you can make really solid relationships offline, off of that social media grid.
Yeah.
Anna, what is our call to action today?
Our call to action today is, do you run Facebook ads? Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the comments. Is this something you're already doing and you're just here to learn how to do it a little bit better? Or is it something you've been thinking about? Or is it something you're terrified of because you get onto that back end and it starts looking very complicated and they're asking questions you don't know how to answer. And so you're like, I don't have any idea. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you run Facebook ads?
Do you? So I think without further ado, we're going to actually read Kwadwo's bio so we can hurry up and get him up here.
Yes.
But let's see here. Let's move on over. All right, Anna, go ahead.
So Kwadwo is the host of the Art of Online Business podcast, a Facebook ads manager and online business strategist specializing in serving established online course creators with annual earnings ranging from $250,000 to $1.2 million. Unlike most ads managers, he doesn't just bring in quality leads. With over 3 years of experience, he excels in optimizing funnels and providing marketing, sales, operations, and hiring guidance, all of which enable his clients to work less, earn more, and live the life they were meant for. I think that sounds pretty fabulous right now. Now, since January of 2020, Kwadwo has been residing in central Mexico with his wife and 2 kids after an ill-timed vacation right before the pandemic started ended his 12 years of living in China. He speaks fluent Mandarin Chinese, decent Spanish, and firmly believes that everyone should experience international travel and engage with different cultures. This is a man after my own heart.
Yeah.
I love the nomadic lifestyle that he has going on. So
I know. I was like, oh, Anna is gonna love him, like for so many multiple reasons. So let's bring him up.
yes, here we go. Hi, Kwadwo.
Hello. How are you? Here I am.
You're like in and out, in and out.
Welcome to the show. Before we get started and dive into all the questions, we want to do just a quick little like picture with you. We love to call it our coffee cup selfie. Hey, yes, he's in Mexico, but I want you to see what he's going to hold up, guys. I was excited, like being from Texas. Hi, HEB in Mexico. What?
I know, right?
So,
It is a blessing, and
Yes.
they take too much of my money, but
hey, good quality stuff. We love it. My daughter plug. My daughter works for HEB. So,
Oh,
yeah, I know. See, I was like, okay, so on 3, we're going to go 1, 2, 3.
wait.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, our imaginary camera just took a screenshot in the future, and you will see this somewhere. Kwadwo, thank you so much for saying yes to this crazy episode of ours,
Yeah.
and being part of our season 13.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having me. It's an
Yeah.
honor. We hit it off so well, so I'm happy to be here.
I know. Yeah, we do. Okay, look, because I know we're asking a lot of questions, we will just jump right in, Anna, because
I have so many questions about your background, like how you ended up in China and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But we'll talk about
Let's
that
do
later.
it.
wait,
let's
you
do
know
it.
what? No, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Anna. Ask him
Can
a
you
question
just give
about
us a rundown? How did you end up 12 years in China and then an ill-timed vacation? Now you're living in Mexico. Really? Like, how does this happen?
12 years in China happened because when I was in university, I studied for 2 years in China and then went back to the States, Seattle area, where I'm from. And once I got married in 2009, slightly before that, when we were still fiancés, I convinced my wife, who's from Michigan, that it would be a good idea to move to China. And she agreed with me. And so that's how we ended up in China, 2009. And we never had plans on living there. We had 2 kids there. We always joke they were made in China. And,
That is hysterical.
it is very true, though.
Yeah.
And we were going to stay there forever, actually. And then what happened is we took an ill-timed vacation. We're language nuts. So I only speak Mandarin to my kids when I was in China. And my wife, she learned Spanish, and so she would speak Spanish to them. And I thought language is near and dear to my heart. I love communicating. Let me go to Mexico, please, wife, and study Spanish. We planned that trip on January 13th, 2020, which was like 11 days before all the news about the you know what broke out and changed everyone's life. So we got stranded in China. We got stranded in Mexico. We couldn't go back to China because they shut down the borders. We had to hop on FaceTime, cell phones. Our friends went back to our place in China. We had to sell 4-bedroom apartment worth of stuff
Oh my God.
down to like 6 luggages, which we were reunited with a year and a half later in Mexico. And that is how Mexico became the home.
Okay. First, I love this story. Honestly, that is absolutely amazing. Second, this shows your ability to pivot, legit pivot. I've heard a lot of stories, epidemic stories, but that is one of my favorite. That's one of the best for sure. And third, as a military spouse, I know what it's like to be reunited with 6 pieces of luggage a year and a half later.
You definitely understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like Christmas, right? Oh, I forgot I had this, even though you had it for many years, right? It's like surprises in your suitcase.
Exactly. That's a great story. And I feel like it probably has made you even better at what you do, which is also something that, you know, like all that lived experience, I feel like it definitely brings something to the table for what you do for other people in understanding the market, understanding motivations, because all that comes into play when you're a Facebook ads manager. Okay, now we can jump right into the question.
Now we can jump right in. Now that you have the context.
Now we can do
All the
it.
curiosity is done, so.
Okay, so let's get Kwadwo in the power seat here so we can start our first question.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Anna. Let's do it.
The first question is really quite simple. Like, When should you start running Facebook ads, Kwadwo? Like, when do you know it's time?
So here's when you don't know it's time. I did this wrong with my first online business back in China. I started boosting Instagram posts, thinking if I just get more followers, it will get me more revenue. That didn't work, though it did make me famous, low key famous, C-lister famous in China. And so when I first started learning about Facebook ads, it was inside of a Facebook ads agency. And because of my online business coaching experience, here's the answer combined with managing Facebook ads for over 3 years. You start Facebook ads when your offer is already selling organically. Facebook ads, I always say Jesus saves, Facebook ads cannot. Meaning, don't you try to get Facebook ads as your last line of hope or help for your business. If the offer is converting organically with profit, if you've done the things like sell your offer to your email list or organically with partnerships or just on Instagram or Facebook, then you know it's time to add Facebook ad fuel to that fire.
Okay.
I think that's so like such sound advice to be very realistic with, hey, when you do spend money in marketing, this is such a great thing to say to a client. This is not the save all be all. If this is your last touch, last down,
Yeah.
like last whatever. I
Lifeline,
don't
your
know. I'm trying to
lifeline.
do a sports analogy and it's just not working. But anyway, yeah. Anna, what were you
I
gonna
was just
pop in?
going to say, is your advice different if the goal of the Facebook ads is visibility and followers as opposed to converting and leads and revenue?
So if it's visibility and followers, I come from a place of profit. Is there a other profit center in your business that can support the marketing? Because yes, visibility is good, but followers,
Yeah.
that's a vanity metric online. I've
Yeah.
had plenty of clients who their revenue shocks me and their followers are so few on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, the places we tend to look for followers. So followers does not equal revenue. If you have a tried and true strategy, again, success leaves clues. So it tends to be an organic visibility thing first that you're pouring Facebook ad money on second, but you can do ads for visibility, but is there already the profit there to handle that?
Thank you for saying that. Follower count does not always equal great success in the profit column.
Nope.
Yeah. And I think that's something that a lot of business owners who don't understand marketing in depth don't realize. That is one of the things that they look at and say, this is so important and why is it so low? Or we
Yeah.
need to boost this number. Or okay, so moving on then. After that first question, we're going to throw this one. What are some of the most common mistakes with Facebook ad campaign setups? Into the dirt.
Yeah.
So when you showed me this question before this episode, I was like, how do I answer this concisely? There's so many because I do consultation calls where I just jump on Zoom, we look at your Facebook ad account. So I'll give you 3. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Quick and dirty.
Yes.
One mistake, and it's hard to put which one is the biggest mistake, but one mistake is someone who sets up their Facebook ad manager is not looking at the right data to determine how their ads are performing. So in this order, you want to look at your cost per result. The next thing that is super important, cost per result, is in how much a lead is costing you, right? Or how much a sale is costing you. The next thing that's the quickest way to determine if an individual ad is working or not is looking into a column called link click through rate. And you can Google how to set up these columns. But if you look at the link click through rate, you want 1%. And that is the percentage of people that see your ads that actually click on the link in your ad to go out to your landing page, to your sales page, etc. So this is like a hockey stick or a logarithmic curve, if you will. I like hockey stick better. And what that means is if you have 1%, that's good. If you have 1.25%, you're already way up that curve, and that's extraordinarily good. If you have 0.75% link click-through rate, that is horrible. Turn that ad off and go back to the drawing board. Another mistake is too many people, because data can be hard to set up, just go with Okay, I only have the Facebook pixel installed, and for some reason inside of my ad manager, I can't see the results, like the cost per sale or the cost per lead, but that's okay because I'm just going to go back to my email system and gauge how many emails have come in roughly. And I would say don't do that. Please take the time to make sure your pixel, Facebook pixel, Meta pixel, is installed correctly and set up the conversion API. That's the Meta conversion API, so that you're getting as much data as possible, as accurately as possible, because how can you manage your ads successfully without data? This is, your money's too important. This is not a guessing game. You've got to get that data. Third mistake and final mistake that I'll share here is you have to choose inside of Facebook, because it has so many different options, the correct objective for your campaign and the correct conversion event. So I'll only give you 3 because these are the main 3 you go for. If you want to run leads to a lead magnet, you have to choose the lead objective. And your conversion event should be leads. I wish I had a visual, so I'll just try to speak simply and straightforward. If you want to run a sales campaign because you're selling something, it could be cheaper, and this is where people get caught up, to choose the traffic objective, but don't do that. Facebook's algorithm is super advanced. It's been optimizing on millions of people, 52,000 data points per person. That means in this day and age, 2024, May 8th, at the time we're recording this video, please choose the objective that directly aligns with what you want to do. So if you want to sell something, choose the sales objective, and then the conversion event that goes with the sales objective is a purchase conversion event. I had a client once who I hopped on a call with her, and she was optimizing. She chose the initiate checkout event, and it makes sense. Facebook, find me more people who will go and start the checkout process. But no, because Facebook actually can tell the difference between people who will start the checkout process and complete the checkout process. So I think I said 3 things, but we'll stop right there.
Guys, can you tell that he literally has even more? But this is why it is so important to get knowledge and education from an expert in the field.
Yeah.
I love that. It's almost like when you're talking about the right objective one, it's, yeah, you're sending yourself to the wrong pond and you're over there, you're catching bad fish, right? It's not the right fish, and they've eaten your bait, and now you got to get more bait. And it's just
I
how
love
I
these
see it.
analogies that Selena is coming up with
It's how-
today.
Right? We're going fishing.
Yeah, we're going fishing. It's just, it's how I live
It's
my
not
life, you
fish.
guys. I live by analogies because I just need to see some correlation. No, oh man, these were great nuggets. Great nuggets.
Yeah, I think the thing too is if you are an inexperienced Facebook person, if you're inexperienced with running ads on that platform, some of what you said isn't going to make a whole lot of sense necessarily, right? Or they'll be like, I don't know what he means by that. And this is where, like, all of a sudden I start to think in my head, wait a second, am I qualified to build out this campaign for myself? You know what I mean? I think that when we go to, like we said at the beginning, we're doing this in 2 segments. And so maybe what we'll start off our next segment with is asking that question.
Yeah, but wait, we still have that the third question, right? The ads and graphic video question, Anna.
Yeah, we do have
Oh, this is a good one. Everyone will get
this is a great way to, okay, we're gonna shift. I don't know, I like shuffling. It keeps people like, oh, the screen has changed again. Okay.
All right, so question number 3 for you, Kwadwo, is what's better for Facebook? Graphics or video? I know it's easier to create, right? But what's better?
And I'm not giving this as a cop-out, but the typical marketer answer is you need to test. So always test both. So the answer is yes. Now, what I'm seeing in my client accounts right now is Reels video is working better. And I'm sure anyone listening to this podcast has read a blog or heard another podcast of people saying, hey, it's video. It's all about video. Facebook and Instagram, these platforms want to push video because video holds people's attention longer. It stays on the platform. This is about helping Facebook achieve its goals, which is eyeballs longer on the platform. Yes, but test it in your business. So right now, if you're going to do video, The easiest way is to just look at what's working organically for you. Head over to your Instagram account, look at the Reels tab, and just look for what's getting the most plays. Or if you want to be fancy, jump into your Instagram Insights on your mobile device, which is the easiest way to find them, and see what kind of Reels that you've made are getting the most reach. And then simply go and download that creative and then put it in an ad. Now, obviously, you're going to get content that's related to, say, your launch or related to your lead magnet or the thing you're selling, but that's what you can do with a video. And at the same time, why not make a couple of graphics? Again, because video is really hitting right now. Don't spend a ton of time on graphics, but why not make 2 to 3 graphics? Set up a very simple retargeting campaign. And so people see the video at first. If they don't bite, so to say, then they might see a retargeting ad like that's a graphic later on, and that's okay. So video is working now.
Yeah. That's genius,
Build
though.
that.
You just said you gave people a strategy, and that wasn't even the question. This is why you're so amazing.
It says ad
This
strategist right down there.
Right? Exactly. I love that. It's so yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah.
I
Guys,
gotta
like the
ask
video
you a question
thing.
though.
Yeah.
I want to know, okay, so let's say you're just not a video person or you don't know really how to optimize video very well, right? So you're just more comfortable with graphics. You're not getting, because what you hear is like analytically, if you aren't putting video out, you're getting punished. And I'm going to use that word, right? Punished by the platform you're on because you're not using what they want you to use at that current time. Does that run true with ads?
Uh,
Are there consequences for not playing the game in that sense?
let's rather than say punished, how about you're not getting the extra love
Okay, there you go.
organically, right?
There,
If you
yes.
do what the platform enjoys, then you're getting the extra platform love as in the lift algorithmically. With ads, you can run whatever kind of ad you want. If you just want to do a square that's white with black text and you want to put 300 little tiny words on there, go ahead and do that. What Facebook will do though is they might let you run that ad nowadays, but they'll charge you more for it. So it
Mm,
will cost you because remember, this is a marketplace. Facebook ads, you're competing for this narrow strip called the Facebook feed and the Instagram feed in all the people who you're trying to show your ad to. You're competing against other advertisers. So if you do whatever you want, Facebook might show your ad, will, but you'll just be charged more for it by Facebook. So your question is, are there things you should not do in a Facebook ad?
I think it's more just if you're not playing that best practices game and then you're not getting that, you've answered it, right? If you're going to run ads, like really look at what's working now, because if what's working now, if you follow that format, you're
Mhm.
going to see the results that you're looking for versus sticking to your dead set ways, like you said, white background with 3,000 words of text on it.
Not 2011 anymore. So yeah, stick to best practices if you want your ad cost to come down. But then some of the tried and true things do still matter,
Yeah.
like copywriting or messaging. Or if you're not a copywriter, like I am not, then just spend some time before you write your copy, looking into the people you serve and you know how you serve them, but do you know the real core problem that they're coming to you to solve? Sometimes the thing that you help them with isn't the reason they're coming to you. Find that reason and then find some of those pain points that are related to that, those frustrations. It could be how they feel internally, it could be the things that they're suffering externally. But if you spend 2 hours even perusing the internet, looking at the places where people like to be whiny pants, like on Reddit and the comments in YouTube, the complaints on related books and Amazon, just spend some time there and you will find the frustrations that people truly have around the solution that you provide, because the solution you provide solves a pain point, and
Yeah.
that will help you in your ad copy because then you can speak to those frustrations, and lo and behold, your ad costs will start to come down because you're truly helping people. You're truly showing them that you have the answers that they need to their problem.
All good stuff.
Oh, we went the extra mile.
We
We
I know
did.
you weren't
This
expecting
is
that.
why I love him.
I want to give a high five to all Reddit complainers. Thank you very much.
I think my
Reddit.
husband lives there. I'm pretty
I
sure
know
he
a lot
loves
of
to
them.
complain and whiny pants. But hey, look, we want to be mindful of time, and we want to run into the second segment of what we want to ask, because we know that Kwadwo's a busy man.
All right. So all of this information, I'm loving the breadth and depth of what we're talking about here. But how do you know, like, when it's time to say it's too much for me and it's time to bring on somebody like yourself, Kwadwo? Like, how do you know when it's time to do that? That's a big step in a business, especially a small business, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think we're going to answer this in the next segment. It has to do with money, but it also has to do with where you're at in your business and the other things that maybe you should be spending your time on. I will speak directly to those in the next episode.
We're going to bring up Kwadwo's toolkit that we want to share with you guys. And I'm going to have Kwadwo just share like what this is, and we will make sure you have all the links on our blog, in the comments, in every description on YouTube, and all our podcast descriptions. Kwadwo, what is this toolkit that people should add to their repertoire?
Because I consult people on an hourly basis from time to time, month and month, like these are the things that when I jump into somebody's ad account, I'm like, oh my gosh, why are you doing this? Change this mistake now. You're just throwing free money at Facebook, which is not good for your business. So I put the 7 top ones there. And this is not just lead magnet fluff. There are 7 mistakes. And for each mistake, I just hopped on Loom and I recorded myself inside of a Facebook ad account talking about the mistake and showing the quick, simple solution. So like each mistake has like a 5-minute or shorter Loom video that shows the solution. And that is the lead magnet. 7 biggest mistakes that course creators make in Facebook ads.
People, this is gold right here, right? Because we've already just heard how Kwadwo explains things and that he does not wiffle waffle. I'm just going to use that term again. He's not wiffle waffling around. So I can imagine if you are running Facebook ads, you pull this lead magnet and you walk through them. If you're doing even one of them, he just saved you so much money. Yeah. So pull this lead. Like Selena said, we're going to drop all the links. It'll be in all the places. So I got really excited. I'm throwing up my microphone things going everywhere.
Yeah. If you're listening to us on the podcast, Anna's literally throwing things around on her screen. Hey, Kwadwo, tell everybody where they can continue the conversation with you. If you guys are, if you are on the podcast, you have no idea. If you cannot find Kwadwo, you are not really truly even trying.
I can't believe you found so many places to find me, by the way.
When I love and am inspired by another creator, I'm going to share them to the rooftop and make sure that wherever somebody is, they know. But hey, tell us your top 3, even though there's like 7 on here.
If you want to talk to me, I am in my DMs on Instagram. Go and say hi to me. If you like the ideas that I'm talking about and the way that I present them, then you'll love listening to the Art of Online Business podcast, which is on Spotify. It's on Apple. You can watch my funnel analysis, if you will, my funnel breakdowns where I analyze landing pages and sales pages and this sort of thing. Watch the podcast on YouTube at The Art of Online Business, and then also your episode, Selena. You could see Selena on my podcast if you go to the YouTube channel.
It was like the best conversation, Kwadwo.
It was a really good conversation.
Yeah. You guys, look, he's on Facebook, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, everywhere. You have to find him and just kind of connect in some way. But man, this is that part where I have to shut up, actually, Kwadwo. And then what I do is I put on Oscar music.
Okay. Yeah, she does. And then I close out the show because otherwise Selena just keeps rambling and rambling. So we are going to say thank you to everyone for joining us today on the 15-ish minute coffee chat. Kwadwo, you have been an amazing guest on not 1, but 2 episodes of this season. And we appreciate your just everything that you dropped for our audience today and everything, all the great tips that you gave them. Thank you so much. First, for the amazing person you are, but also for all of the great business advice you just gave us about Facebook ads.
You're welcome.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
Now, everyone, come find us at AnnaandSelena.com. We love being on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, or your favorite podcast platform, the 15-ish minute coffee chat. We look forward to seeing you on our next show.
Goodbye.